it's Ruby again. I almost filmed this last night, but I didn't. I fell asleep almost while the camera was rolling. So I've cleaned myself. I've put a little bit of paint on there so I look less terrible. Sorry, my kitty is just off screen. It's over here. So I've actually just gone to the UK to visit my family. My grandmother lives in Wales and my grandfather lives in London, and we went for 2 weeks. And my birthday is it's on Wednesday this week. It's on the 9th. And so we've been I've been doing quite a bit of spending around the UK, and I know that hauls aren't really a thing that people do unless they're a presence, an influencer. However, I like watching them. I'll think of this as like a time capsule for myself so that I can go back and see which things I got at what time. That's how I'm rationalizing this anyway. My mum and I flew into Manchester and took the train to Wales. But when we were there, right in Bangor, which is where the train station is, there's a store called Matalan. And I'm sure all you UK folks know what Matalan is. But for those of you who are not from the UK, it's hard to describe. The prices are quite low, but it's not compiled discounted merchandise like Winners or Marshalls. It's more like, I want to say like a Walmart. Anyway, I went in there and I didn't buy too much. So I went to the back of the shop and they had 2 DVDs for £4.99. It's great because About Time is one of my favorite movies, and I also love Actually. And it's a 2-disc set, but unfortunately I can't watch these in Canada without changing the zone setting on my computer, which you can only do 5 times forever. So I guess this is going to sit on my shelf with all my favorite movies. Up on top of my wardrobe, I've got Punch Drunk Love, Amelie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Damsels in Distress, Lady Bird, and Almost Famous. And About Time is going to go there too. I mean, that's my Wes Anderson. Is a whole other shrine. At the cash register, there were these packs of socks. They're Peppa Pig men's socks. I got the Grandpa Pig set, which has this one that says "Stop Grandpa Time." That very, very current cultural reference to the MC Hammer's anthem. And then we've got these sweet boys, which are just like an all-over print of Grandpa Pig. I've worn them once already, so obviously they're falling apart. And then I bought the Daddy Pig set, which has Daddy the Greatest, which I feel like these should be switched, or the Greatest Daddy, but it's fine. And I think we should take back the term because it's kind of upsetting to me that it's been, I mean, like, obviously I don't have a problem with fetish culture, but I also think that, like, certain words should be not sacred, but you know what I mean? Also, there were the Daddy Pig all over print socks, which have him and his little facial hair, and they're on a stripy background for some very, very formal, classy socks. For men, the stuff in Pwllheli, which is another town. It's a bigger town in North Wales where we were staying, and there were charity shops all along the street. So they're like thrift stores here, except each one benefits a specific charity. So it's good because you can spend a lot of money and you know it's going somewhere positive. So the first place we went into, there wasn't that much stuff, but there was this shirt, which I think is so funny. I wouldn't have bought it because it's a V-neck, and I don't really like that look, but I also think it's just kind of a cool thing. It's got Lang Ness on the back. And it was interesting because I know this ice cream brand is Breyers with this symbol, and then in the UK it's called Walls, in most of the UK anyway, but in a lot of Europe it's called Lang Ness. I think it's called the Heart brand. So it's Walls ice cream has bought up all of these brands, but to maintain sort of the cultural history of the independent brands, they keep the names of each brand and just change the logo. I mean, just change the logo, so they're all this. So that's cool. And I don't really know why I bought this one, but it's a tiny plate. I just like it. It's got a little lad and his lady. There was a different shop, and there was this jacket, and I love it, and it's very, very cool, and it makes me feel very fancy when I wear it. But it's a corduroy jacket. I bought this one. He's cool. Good, good. And then finally, I almost didn't buy this because it's enormous, but it was £1, and she's so lovely. It looks like Twiggy and the Boyfriend to me. I don't know. But it's this lady. She's got this sort of like Art Nouveau kind of style going on. She's got her pearls. It could be Daisy from The Great Gatsby. We don't know, but we love her anyway. That's about it for Wales, but while my dad was in Spain, he did get me this cool t-shirt from the Guernica, I'm not sure. But there's the horse, and it says Picasso on the back, which I think is so cool. And it's very, very small, but it's like bathing suit material, so it's fine. I haven't actually tried it on yet, though, so don't expect to see me wearing it, because if it's too small, it's going to go to my mom. I'm going to save oafs for last. So there's a shop called Flying Tiger, and it's from Copenhagen. It's called Flying Tiger Copenhagen, and I went there when I was in New York a couple years ago. And this is the best sketchbook I've ever had in my life. It's by David Shrigley, who is, I love him. He's probably my favorite artist. And he had a show on actually in Brighton while we were in the UK, but I couldn't make it, which is unfortunate, but very good. The paper is amazing. The weight of it is just so good. It's thick, but it's light, and nothing, it doesn't like bleed more than, I mean, I guess this is a bad example, but this is Copic markers and they bleed on anything, but it's very good. And then I found out that there were Flying Tigers in the UK also, but they're just called Tiger there, but it's the exact same company. And I went, and they didn't have the Shrigley ones anymore, but they did have just some birds, and they were £2. And that's a steal any day of the week. And so I bought 3 of them. And they're very precious, and I love them. And then I went to Portobello Road, and we walked all the way up and down, and I technically bought 3 items on Portobello Road, but I didn't buy anything at the actual market. So the first thing was we went to the Oxfam, which is another charity shop. It's like the biggest one in London. And it's more curated than a regular thrift store would be, but the prices are similar to that of a thrift store. And I found freaking, this is a copy of The Lost Princess of Oz, which is my favorite book in the Wizard of Oz series. I've read all of them. And this is from 1917, which is the year the book was released. Copyright 1917, L. Frank Baum. It's beautiful. The spine's not broken. It's got all its color panels in it, and it's got all the original illustrations. The cover has been wrapped. But it's not a first edition. It's Riley and Lee. The first edition was Riley and a different name. I don't remember. But this was £9, and so I couldn't leave it behind because I love it so much. I love it so much. The illustrations are so beautiful, and I just am a big fan. It's so good. I'm just happy. I'm just very happy. Then also on Portobello Road, there's a street that tees off, and on that street there is Rough Trade Records, which this is not the original location, unfortunately, because apparently members of the Raincoats worked there at the original one, and it's based on the City Lights bookstore in San Francisco, which is like a true beat paradise. I'm very into the beatnik generation. But there was one on Portobello Road, and we went there, and they had a good selection, dudes. The first one that I got, Nancy Sinatra's Sugar, a classic. I love it. It's got classics such as Sugartown, one of my faves. It's got Mama Goes Where Papa Goes. Love it. It's got Oh You Beautiful Doll. Also love it. It's just good. It's Nancy Sinatra sings Sugartown and sweet soulful serenades from the old-timey years. And this was an original pressing. That's a prize. And whoo-hoo, boy howdy. Françoise Hardy debut album. First pressing. It's in French. It's like all of the text is in French. From Disque Vogue is the label. And look at these sweet, sweet pictures of our angel. And I love her. I only have the 25th anniversary kind of greatest hits album. But now I have this. And I love it so much. I'm so happy. And there's her looking more beautiful even. Sorry. We went to Primark actually on our last day, but I'm gonna do it first because it's not quite as exciting. And I only got 2 things at Primark. So the first thing I got was this little top. I think it's just a workout top. I got it. It was just like, it was discarded near the cash register. And I looked at it and I thought it was really cool because this is like the same colors as the Polaroid logo. And you just kind of like, you know, rocking that Polaroid look, man. £5 for that one. I'm only telling you the like inexpensive things because also at Primark, this is the silliest thing I bought by far. However, I couldn't leave it because, okay, so I was walking around the store and there was a lot of really cool stuff. Like, I wish I could have sent a photograph back in time to myself with all of the Marie merchandise. Marie from the Aristocats, of course. I used to be obsessed with her. Like, I had curtains and slippers. I still have the slippers. Hold on. Slippers. And, like, a pillowcase. And I have, like, a lens that clips onto my Instax camera. It's obsessive. I was obsessive. I was in the pajama section, and I saw, like, a 2-piece pajama set that was Angelica from the Rugrats. Now, I was raised on the Rugrats and all of the Nicktoons gangs, escapades, but Angelica was my least favorite. I like Chucky. I'm a Chucky girl for life. But you know what there was? You know what there was? There was a Reptar. There was a Reptar bathrobe. And I don't have a bathrobe because my last one got disgusting. And it's just very good, and it's very soft, and I can be eaten by this frickin' Godzilla Disney character parody every single day, and I love it. It's just great. I'm gonna keep this on because I love it. Okay, I went to Carnaby Street. I went back about 3 times. I was only there for 3 days, so you can just assume that I had a good time on Carnaby Street. And there's a shop on Carnaby Street called Monkey. In true hoarder fashion, I kept all my shopping bags. It's like that. I've seen people talking about it online and comparing their designs to Lazy Oaf. However, they're not quite as high-end. Their prices are a little bit lower, and their designs are a little bit more, you know, wearable. And I went in there, and there were 2 shirts that I loved. And the first one was this little boy. He's a little polo, and it's just great. I love polo shirts. I mean, I got rid of a lot of them recently, a lot of my Lacoste ones because I was hoarding, but I still have a polo shirt and a dress, and I got rid of 3 polo shirts. But now I have another one, and I just like this because I like to try to fit as many primary colors as possible into all of my outfits. And this checks 2 out of 3 boxes. This one was very Lazy Oaf, I thought, and also it was very inexpensive for what it is. It's got, the letters are embroidered on, and it says, "Don't tell me what to do." I probably wouldn't have bought this if I were back home, because it's like, it's a kind of slogan you see on like an 8-year-old's kind of shirt. However, I was feeling the moody teenager vibes while I was there. I was being told what to do a lot, so I bought this to rebel, and also because I love the design of it. And it's just great, and I just 10 out of 10 love. Oh, and also there was one left in the entire store, and it's an extra small. I'm usually like a small medium, and this is, it's very, very large. I think it's supposed to fit quite oversized. But I'm happy. I'm not complaining that this great shirt fits me. Oh, I walked all the way from Carnaby Street to Covent Garden because I had to go there because at Covent Garden, there is a Moomin shop. None of you know this because I've never announced it on this channel before, but I'm getting a Moomin tattoo sometime after my birthday, probably this year. We shall see. This is the tote bag. They had 3 different designs. They were not expensive at all, and it's an actual souvenir because, you know, it says the Covent Garden, London. And then, this is just funny. It says, "Yes, darling, what did you say?" "Nothing, darling. Only darling, darling." Just good. Just I love it. I didn't buy a whole lot there. First off, I bought the pin because the other tote bag design that I was considering was this design. It was like the background was the color of this, and this was the image, but there was a pin, so I figured I could get this bag and a pin and get both designs represented. It's good. I bought a copy of The Invisible Child, which I've wanted one since its release, because for one thing, it goes to charity, the proceeds, most of them. At least £4 from each book bought goes to Oxfam Project supporting women and girls worldwide, which is just so great, man. And it's just nice, and I have a bag with this pattern all over it, and you know, it's good. I've read a lot of the Moomin stories, and I've read all of the comics, and I'm just glad I got this. Finally, at long last, I got the Mimble mug. Mimble is my favorite Moomin character. She's gonna be the focus of my tattoo because she's me. See what you can read from my character out of that, but that's her, and she's very precious, and look at her little, just good, just very good, and very expensive, not a cheap mug. This boy, very good. And then finally, to go in the mug, I picked up Moomin black tea with blueberry muffin flavor, because £3.99. It's got mooms all over it. Good boys, very precious, and also it's tea, which I love, and it's blueberry, which I love, and it doesn't fit, but it's like a cute little duo, and I'm happy and I love it. At the airport, there was a Cath Kidston store. I went into the Cath Kidston store on Portobello Road as well, but there was nothing I wanted. However, this was on sale, quite on sale, and I needed a new wallet. It's got, you know, your classic cards, slots, it's got a billfold, it's got a change purse, and it's just pretty. It's got these bluebells, and I love it. Now, the time has come for Lazy Oaf. I've been collecting Lazy Oaf pieces for quite a while now. I'll try to put some images in here of some of the ones that I have, but I haven't bought anything for a while. The last thing I bought, actually, that was Lazy Oaf, I think was the Kim Esther Loves You, you know, the dress with the bunnies on it. Anyway, my style has changed quite a bit since then. So actually, the day I went there, it was the day of the new drop, the summer women's collection drop, but it wasn't on the internet yet, so it just seemed like a normal day to me, and I said, oh, I hadn't seen any of this before. It dropped when I got back to where I was staying, and I was like, that's why I hadn't seen this stuff before. They had a poster of the men's summer collection, which is great. It says, "Everything is different." And then it's got the promotional shots. Mostly this was free, by the way, but mostly I just wanted it for this image, because that's my ideal man right there. I have a thing. Anyway. And then also, for free at Lazy Oaf was the Carnaby Street Fashion Magazine. It's just got, you know, editorial shots of some of the Oaf clothes and then things to do in Carnaby. It's just good. Here's the boy, and here are his friends. I went back 3 times. One of the times was not for me. One of the times was for my dear, sweet, sweet friend, Tarquin Alexandra. Buy her EP on iTunes now, pretend. We're starting with the littles. So, got the keychain with the logo. On the back, it says, "Look after your shit." I just think it's good. I just love it. One of my favorite Lazy Oaf pieces from the past is like this big shirt. I don't know if it was a men's shirt or if it was just an oversized women's shirt, but it had like a bunch of Lazy Oaf styles of different cereal boxes. And they brought back the design in an enamel pin. So there's a Cheer Ups and Scorn Flakes. I thought that was cute. The first time I went, I thought it was my last time going back, so I bought these two items, and then I wanted to have some item of clothing. So I found this one, which I love! It says, "You're not invited." And it's mesh, but I was wearing a black bra when I put it on, and it's not that see-through. It's somewhat opaque. You got a little sneaky cleave showing. However, it's good. You can get around it, and I just love it. And this was from the new drop, and that was one of the things I'd never seen before. And then this was much debated, but also long awaited. So I bought it as well. It's a leopard print beret with a pom-pom on the top. I wear berets pretty often, like, I have a number of them, I have 3 already, and I just sort of, alternate between them on most days. But this, I just like it, and you can wear it, like, further back. It takes some positioning to get it to look right with my hair, but I love it, and I love the pom-pom, and I just think it's really good. And it's so soft, it's so soft. There's a jacket of the same material, actually. And then I went back with my dad on our last day that we had, really, of the trip. And I bought the Daisy bucket hat. Because I found with my Lazy Oaf pieces, the one that I use the most is my Nobody Loves Me bear bag. Because it's like, I can just put it on with any outfit. And it's not that distracting, so I figured their accessories were probably a little more likely to get wear. So it's this, and it makes me feel like a sweet toddler. And they have little smiley faces on them, and it's reversible to that, which is also very, very cute, I think. But there's a care tag. I just feel like I can't wear it this way, you know? Do you get what I mean? I hope so. Final, grand finale, big boy. Even at the store, it was so expensive. But my dad was like, "Oh, it's your birthday." So that's why I ended up with him. So it's just like, your standard denim jacket. It's sort of pinstripey. I don't know if you heard any of that, but it's a pinstripe denim jacket with the Oaf logo, which is, nice. Not worth how much it is. But look! Isn't it great? I love it! It's so great! So that's my, big thing that I got, and I love it. And look at this fashionable hairstyle. Oh!